I want somebody to come from the other side and say, this is what we can do. Here's how we can fight this.
Well, I was just speaking off camera with Alyssa because it seems to me like we've strengthened our economic sanctions. Then people were saying, okay, no oil. We've done that. The final step, in my view, and we've talked about it on the show, is the no-fly zone. You have someone like Putin that is saying, if you shoot my planes down during my war, I will consider that an act of war. Mm-hmm. We're already in a war with him. And then where do we go?
No, we're not in a war.
We don't.
I mean, well, he's already in a war.
We don't want World War III in this world. This is a country that has nuclear weapons. We've been under this gun of nuclear weapons since I'm a child.
But when does he stop, Joy? When does he stop?
You cannot screw around with a crazy person who has nukes.
He has to be given it.
So do we allow him to kill mercilessly?
You have to get China involved. Somebody else has to come in here.
But here's the question.
Something.
You were just about to say. You were just about to say what?
He needs some kind of an off-ramp. So Putin is a deeply reckless man. He is in a corner. His army is depleted militarily. It's almost 90% of it is in Ukraine. This could be stopped quickly diplomatically if we.
How?
We need to cut him off from every international market, which the U.S. has done and the Europeans have done. But we need Switzerland, we need China, we need India to do it. Make him so isolated that he can't even sustain this mission. But I'm with Sunny. How many people can just die mercilessly at his hands before we, as the greatest world power, say we're willing to do something to save his life?
Are you willing to get into a nuclear war?
So yesterday the Russians came within 10 miles of Poland. Poland's a NATO ally, so we would be invoking Article 5.
Yes.
And I used to be there.
Okay, but Stephanie, you see, when I hear you talk about this, I need to ask you. So,
please.
For years, you heard him do this, right? Laugh behind closed doors. So why did it take so long for you to find it so objectionable?
I asked the same thing.
Yeah, I did cover this. I'm happy to do it again.
I asked the same thing.
Well, I mean, but it's not just you, right? There's an entire.
Yep.
I mean, we can fill up an entire library right now of people who were there, being accomplices and being his minions for 4 years.
Not to waste
who
time
are now.
repeating
No, I don't think it's. I don't think it's a waste of time. I think people deserve an explanation.
I gave it Tuesday and I gave it Wednesday. I will give it again today. That is fine by me. I worked for Mrs. Trump. I moved to the West Wing. I saw things I hated. By that time, I wanted to leave, and I knew because of, I'm sorry, people like yourself who are so against me that I would not be able to get a job anywhere. I'm a single mom. I have bills to pay. I went back to Mrs. Trump because I felt protected by her. I felt like at least she did things anti-Trump against her husband. I figured I would just write it out and do the best I could afterwards. Then January 6th happened, and I said, hell no, I'm done.
Wait a second. Is it not possible for someone to see the light and change in your mind?
4 years later?
Well, it takes.
I mean, it's after there were good people on both sides, after the way he treated immigrants, after what he said about Mexicans, after hearing the sexual assault boasts on tape, after seeing him make fun of a disabled reporter, you need 4 years to get the scales
You
off
also
your eyes?
don't know the things I stayed in there and stopped.
So,
if we want to fight this out for the rest of this, I'm good to go. But I'm sorry. I'm sorry.